Well, it's time again. Time for some more Bible trivia. I hope your brain is working well. You're just sharp as a tack. You're ready to take this on. Before we do that, though, I got to ask you a question. Did you hear about the guy whose whole left side was cut off? He's right. He's all right now. I think I laughed a little too hard at that one. But here's a very deep question for you to think on. Why is it that your nose runs, but your feet smell? I don't know. Oh, boy. Okay, let's get to our trivia questions. Remember, there's going to be 10. They're worth a point apiece. And then there's 2 bonus questions. They're worth 3 points apiece, but they're optional. So you have a total of 16 points you could have. Will you get them all, or will you only get one? I don't know. We'll see. Number 1, name the site where Saul, not Paul, name the site where Saul was introduced to Israel as its first king and Jacob and Laban parted ways. Was it Mizpah, Gibeon, or Gerar? 1 Samuel 10, verses 17 through 24, tells us that it was Mizpah. Number 2, where did Ananias heal Paul of blindness? Was it Caesarea, Antioch, or Damascus? Acts 9, verse 17 tells us the answer is Damascus. Number 3, where did David take refuge during his flight from Saul and Saul ordered the murder of 85 priests of the Lord? Was it Ramah, Hebron, or Nob? 1 Samuel 21, verse number 1, and also chapter 22, verse number 18 tells us that the answer is Nob. Number 4, where did angels announce the birth of Jesus to Mary and Joseph? Was it Jerusalem, Nazareth, or Bethlehem? Matthew 1, verses 19 through 20 tells us that it was Nazareth. Number 5, where did Jonah attempt to flee from God's command and Peter received his sheep vision? Was it Joppa, Nineveh, or Shiloh? Jonah 1, verse 3, and Acts chapter 10 tells us that it was Joppa. Now here's our bonus question. Remember, you don't get any help with this. Who raised Dorcas from the dead in Joppa? Who raised Dorcas from the dead in Joppa? Acts 9, verses 36 through 31 tells us that it was Peter. All right, let's move on to our next set of questions. Number 1, name the place where King Ahab died and Naaman the Syrian was healed of leprosy. Was it Gadara, Gaza, or Samaria? 1 Kings 22, verse 37 reveals the answer, and it is Samaria. Number 2, let me try that again. Where was Lazarus raised from the dead and Mary anointed the feet of Jesus? Was it Bethany, Emmaus, or Masada? John 11 and also first part of John chapter 12 tells us that it was Bethany. Number 3, name the home of Jezebel and of the Canaanite woman whose daughter Jesus healed. Was it Tyre, Sidon, or Joppa? 1 Kings 16, verses 31 through 33. Also in Matthew 15, verses 21 through 28, we find out that it was Sidon. Number 4, where was Paul born? Jerusalem, Ephesus, or Tarsus? Acts 9, verse 11 tells us that it was Tarsus. Number 5, name the home of Rahab and place where Jesus met Zacchaeus. Boy. So Zacchaeus is the name. Was it Jericho, Cyprus, or Cana? Well, we find out in Luke 19, verses 1 through 2, that the answer is Jericho. Bonus questions associated with this. Who was the blind man Jesus healed in Jericho? Who was the blind man Jesus healed in Jericho? The answer is found in Mark 10, verse number 46. It's Bartimaeus. Well, hope you did well. Sorry about mispronouncing a few things there. Didn't feel like stopping and trying to mess up the recording. Anyway, hope the rest of your day is great and the rest of your week is great. And I'll see you next time.